Hi, this is Scott Jordan, and you are watching live here at Cellars of Sonoma in beautiful Railroad Square, Santa Rosa, California. And welcome everybody to TV Tuesday Live. This is the show where we taste wine, we talk about wine, and today we're going to do a retake of the show we tried to do 2 weeks ago, Summertime Wines, and I brought Dave Batt with me to help me out. Dave,
hi
welcome.
guys.
Good to be
How
back.
you doing?
So we're gonna show you some wines you really need to have that are perfect for summertime. It's summertime just about everywhere we've looked. I mean, the whole country is enjoying
It's
that.
feeling pretty good. When you look at the weather map out here, the light breeze we've got today has been just fantastic here in Sonoma County.
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. And I've been out to the vineyards, and man, things look really good out there. I was in Napa last week. I told you I was going to Calistoga Ranch, and I'm going to show you some video of probably the coolest place on the planet. It's the coolest place I've ever stayed, ever. Now, we did have a magnificent room. We had this, you'll see it in the video, it'll blow your mind. But we had a wonderful time. We visited some wineries there, got up to an area that I love, which is Howell Mountain.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, you guys that work in hospitality, if you're watching this show, you can make a sale with me just by showing me a Howell Mountain wine. In fact, I'll buy it without even tasting it. I dig Howell Mountain.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Great juice up there.
Yeah, we saw some magnificent places. Went to some places that we've never been to before, which was really fun. We took some pictures, and I'll share them with you on another show. But yeah, I hadn't been to Napa in quite a while. You know, it's not like it's in Chicago or some state.
Yeah, it's only 40 minutes away over the hill.
Well, I mean, Calistoga was shorter than that. It was 25. Yeah. I was there. But we had a wonderful time. The weather was fantastic, and it was our anniversary, 31 years. And yay to my wife. She still loves me, I guess. And so we're pretty happy. It was really fun, great time. When you see the video, it'll blow your mind. It's pretty cool. It was.
So for 31 years, what is it, cork? Is that the... No.
Cork is the...
Pretty much?
I have no idea.
When there isn't one, that's when you do the cork.
You do the cork thing. Well, and we can certainly do that.
I'm saying.
Yeah, no, we had a great time. It was a really good time. But hats off to Sonoma County. I have to tell you, it's a little pretentious there. God love them, but they were a little tough. It was, you know, even in the industry, you'd think they might like relax a little bit, but boy, they were tough.
Yeah,
they were tough. But and bring your money, because it ain't cheap, dude. Holy crap! The average tasting fee was around $35 to $40.
Wow.
I mean, they were not messing around. Now we're industry, so we don't pay that obviously, but it's it's like holy Toledo. What was
so
like?
It was like $29.99. Is that what you ended up paying?
I'm telling you, man, they were tough. They were tough. But some beautiful. We tasted some really, really nice wines, and but we got treated really well over at Calistoga Ranch, and that's hats off those.
Did you use the
folks.
pool? Did you relax?
No, I never made it to the pool until the very last day. When you see the video, you guys, they're going to understand. That room was so cool, we were almost going to cancel our reservations to go out and taste them.
Wow.
So if you can imagine a room being that cool, that you're like sitting there going, oh man, I got it all.
Nice.
Because if you need anything, it's a phone call. You know, I have 5 phones in that room that we have, and so I mean, there's phones everywhere.
Yeah.
There's 4 TVs. It was crazy. It was really cool. But yeah, you could argue that you could have hung there big time. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was very cool. It was. We'd see the pictures. You guys are really, you'll dig it. So tonight we're going to taste Deering's Grenache Blanc. That's an unusual grape, and you can tell us a little bit about what you know about Grenache Blanc. But we need to get the wine in the glass because that's how we make
It's
it all
time
happen.
for the wine.
All right.
Time for
so
the wine.
2012 Grenache Blanc from Santa Barbara. So tell everybody here a little bit about Grenache Blanc as far as a varietal in California, because it's not, we don't see it everywhere.
Well, it's interesting because a lot of times when you take a red grape and call it Blanc, what you end up with is something that is going to be pink.
Yeah.
Merlot Blanc, so forth. And a lot of times out of California, that's a particularly sweet wine. It's trying to be like a white Zinfandel. Zinfandel's a red grape, but we call it white. We use Blanc. Grenache Blanc can be a very classy wine. Grenache itself comes from the south of France, and it has a peppery quality to it, and it keeps that even in the white wine side of things. It's refreshing because it doesn't try and overwhelm you. And as you chill it down, you get the refreshment of being a beverage, but also great flavors that hold up even in the colder temperatures. So very nice wine.
Yeah, and the beauty of this is it really is a big mouthfeel. Sometimes, Sauvignon Blanc and Rieslings, they don't really have that big feel in the mouth. And this has that really big, full, so you really feel like you're getting something much bigger than
Yeah, it looks like it has more the texture of a Chardonnay versus a Sauvignon Blanc. Sauvignon Blanc being a little bit thinner in style,
Yeah.
and you know how the Chardonnay is a little fuller. So this appears to be that. So
yeah, not bad. We featured the Deering wines last week, but I thought it was really appropriate to go back to this because it's so unusual. They had to go all the way to Santa Barbara to get any tonnage, because I don't know many growers here growing.
no, there isn't that much grown.
Is it because they haven't developed the market for it? What's the I mean, this is a really nice wine. You would think
it costs money to plant unless it's already growing. It costs money to plant, and if you have it growing and you have a ready market for something else, let's say a Chardonnay, a lot of the folks are pulling the grapes out, putting in the grapes that will sell easier. So it's an uphill battle to sell something like Grenache Blanc. But nowadays, people are looking for different varietals to try, different experiences, and it's perfect. I think it's a great time for it.
Well, I wonder what would happen if you used it as a blender. Would it be appropriate? Would it?
Totally.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you could justify it in that.
Yeah.
But again, it comes down to price point because the land's so damn expensive.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, how can I maximize my investment?
Right.
And once you make that commitment, you're stuck there for at least 3 years.
Oh hell yeah, you are.
So
You're stuck there for quite a long time.
So yeah, so it costs money to replant or graft. So that's somebody bold and confident did this, and I think it's great. It's showing up in the glasses. Grenache Blanc.
Yeah, $27 retail. You can't go wrong with the value. If you're a Cellar Club member, you're getting it at $22.95. That can't be nothing terrible about that.
Nope.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Classy wine.
Yeah, so I wanted to bring that back because it's a beautiful wine, and today out by the pool, I could have really enjoyed this. But then, you know what I would have done? I would have called up and said, "You need to come over to the house, and we're going to do the shot over there."
Right, yeah.
If I had a decent internet connection, I probably would really consider that.
Yeah.
Because I was awful comfy in my raft. All I needed was a cocktail. It was no big deal. Yeah, that works. Not bad. Good wine. Something for those of you that like classical music. I want you to put July 13th. It's a Sunday. I want you to put that on your calendar. We've booked a trio. They're literally bringing a baby grand piano, and it's going to be right here. And I'm going to go tomorrow to the city to make sure. I might close the street here and push this whole thing out and have a concert with the three-piece. It's on a Sunday from 1 to 4, and we'll have some food and wine and classical music. And so if you like that, put that in the calendar. July, what did I say? 13th. That's a Sunday. Yeah, you got to check that out. That's pretty cool. We've never done classical. We've had country, rock and roll. We've had reggae. We've had all kind of blues, but I never have had classical. So that was
I think that sounds great.
right? So.
Classic wines.
And then I came up with a brainstorm today, and I'm just throwing it out here, just kind of as an idea, to kind of get the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday crowd something to think about that would be kind of fun. And I came up with this idea of doing Sundays, do 60s music.
Okay.
So all the music we play inside through the Bose system, and we'll really get after it if you're in the mood. We'll do nothing but 60s. And if you come in dressed in the period, you get half the price on your glass of wine. But I'm going to announce during the time that you're there, guess the band. If you guess the band correctly,
Nice.
then your glass of wine's on the house. So what if we did that, and then Mondays would be 70s and Tuesdays would be 80s, and then as much as I hate the 90s music, we'll do the 90s. I don't know who the heck. I would never win that one. I would never. And do you guys would win that? You'd be the 90s? 90s. Did they have music in the 90s? They did, I guess. All right. So anyway, that's something that I've got in development, and I'm going to throw it out. I may start that this weekend on Sunday.
So you're going to start that with the classic piano thing too, and guess.
Well, that's kind of a one-off thing.
Is
Yeah,
that
it's a
Bach?
one-time.
Is it Schubert? Is it?
I don't know. I do not know. Someone else is driving the music side of it.
Okay.
All I know is they literally are bringing a baby grand piano. How crazy is that? And they're going to play right in a freaking street on a
Nice.
Sunday. And I'm going to probably barbecue some chicken, and we'll do our paninis and cheese plates and wine and classical music. What else do you want?
I mean, 4th Street.
On 4thstreet.com. You're going to love that. So.
Nice.
And then we've got lobster lunch coming up. We'll talk about that a little bit later. The first one's coming up July 12th, the day before. That's starting to fill up, so get your tickets. They're available online. $95 all inclusive. When you see the video, you'll drool and you'll get the reason why that makes sense. And then James' family has his on August 9th. So we've got that. We have a release party in August for Deering on his Cabernet Sauvignon,
Nice.
the 2011. So we're going to have
forward to
live
that.
music, and we're going to have tri-tip out here, and that's in August. It's the weekend before Labor Day. So that's coming up, and something else I can't remember what it is, but it's coming up. You see, if you got my email today, you can read the list. There's a bunch of stuff. So we're plugging things in, lots of fun. You got a question there, young lady?
How are dry wines and sweet wines made?
That is a great question. The question is, how are dry wines and sweet wines made? So I'm gonna let Dave answer that. So
Okay.
how are they made?
Well, the term dry wine means that you've left as little sugar left in the process as possible. So you take it through full fermentation. There's a couple of ways of making sweet wine. Some of them are legal in certain countries, some aren't. Some of them get really basic and they just add sugar, but we can't do that.
No, that's kind of
not,
weird.
That's not legal here.
No.
But another way to do it is to go ahead and make the wine, but keep a batch aside and leave it as grape juice and put it back together again. So you've got kind of this wine cooler thing that you've invented. What that does is you have a sweeter wine, which kind of makes it feel heavier, but it also has less alcohol in that case too, because you blended in some grape juice from the same grapes in with it. And then the other way is very common, which is to stop the fermentation early.
And isn't that what Heidi does in the La Serena, the dry Moscato?
Right, exactly. Right.
So she puts the brakes on the
You just
fermentation.
Stop it a little early, and it's all good. Yeah.
So stopping it by raising the temperature.
A couple different ways. You can stop it that way, but a lot of times it's just a matter of putting some sulfur into it and just stopping the fermentation that way. What you have to do is stop the yeast from being liable. And when you do that, you choose when to do that, so you can adjust for the amount of sugar that you want in the final wine. And of course, if we're talking sparkling wine, they add it at the very end in the process, so you end up with a sparkling wine taking on its flavor, its sweetness, based on the fact that you've added it at the very end of the process.
Now here's a great example. This is a rosé. So here they're pulling the skins off early, and then they're controlling the fermentation on this, right? To keep it dry. Probably 95% of the rosés I would think you see on the marketplace today, California wines, are going to be dry. The market dictates that big time.
Right. And then you've got dessert wines that go the other way.
Yeah.
But some grapes lend themselves to being a little sweeter in style anyway.
Yeah.
So
Well, I saw one of the things that we did when I went out to Napa is my wife and I are really into rosés. We love rosé, and we get rosés. You can probably get me on a rosé, but if you give me that cat pee one, that I ain't going for that. Dude, you better stop that one right away. I cannot do that one, but I
Don't
can
like
do.
that stuff?
No, not at all. Well,
you're not an animal lover?
I love animals.
Okay.
No, I have cats. The nose kills me. The finish is fine, but the nose freaks me out. And so then I'm going, did my cat get up here and finish?
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I didn't see any of
That
that,
would slow down the.
but I saw
flavor,
some nice rosés, and we saw some Cab rosés, and I saw Zinfandel, and we tasted one from Paradigm, which is another winery that Heidi Barrett makes the wine. That was
it?
bitchin'. Wow, was
You love
that?
that?
Oh man, was that good?
What was the price?
It was $30.
Okay.
Maybe
For a rosé.
maybe it was 24. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. All I did was go.
Give me that.
I just handed him. I'm just blindly handing my credit card out. Going, holy crap!
Nice.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because we were the first place that we went to. I'm not going to say who it is, but the Merlot was $90, and the Cab was $158, and they didn't even put prices out when we were tasting. And I've been there before, and I went. It was a shock. I went, wow. And you know what it told me? And I won't say the name, but here's what I do know. I could have grabbed blind behind the bar, darn near anything we've got in here in a blind tasting, maybe 6 or 7 wines, you lay them out, we'd have kicked some booty on that one at about a third of the price.
Right. Yeah.
Not to, not to say they're not worthy, they are, but I'm just telling you.
Well, that's why it's that decision too. Am I going to go for $90, or am I going to go for 3 bottles for $30? Which am I going to enjoy more? What kind of evening do I want? What kind of week do I want?
I mean, if they match up, I'm okay. I mean, they're worthy ones. I believe in paying the bucks for the, and I did. Oh God. But I did find some reasonably priced wines, and I was really happy with them. They were very nice.
Nice.
One of the better buys that I had was Paradigm. Their Cab was $75.
See,
I'm all over
I
that.
think that's bait and switch, because Paradigm to me means 20 cents. I don't know. No?
I guess. All right, so this is rosé from James Family Cellars 2013, one of the first 13s we've seen.
Pretty nose on this too.
Real pretty nose, made from Pinot Noir, right over here in Cotati, off of their ranch, and they also sell their fruit to Schramsberg for their champagne. If you're selling to Schramsberg, and when I went to Calistoga Ranch, they actually had a bottle of Schramsberg on the counter in the kitchen, which you're going to see in the video in a little bit, and with a whole tray of cheeses and meat and chocolates and
Right.
wow, it was
Nice.
yeah.
You live well.
They love us there. So
Living large.
when you see what we I could have stayed for weeks. Yeah,
Well, sounds
but I'd
like
have to sell my house because
sounds like staying there rather than going out and tasting wine would actually have saved you that.
in the long run, I gotta believe that because I was clicking pretty hard. And they, in the industry, it's common to have a little better price point. They were a little reluctant. They were pretty slow to the draw, but the wines were cool. You got a question there? Go ahead.
Is adding sulfur smoking bad for wine?
adding sulfur or sulfites, are they bad?
The chemical adding sulfur actually helps them be able to preserve the wine and not have the wine go through secondary fermentation. The whole idea of sulfur is to stop fermentation, so the yeast stops doing what the yeast does. If you don't kill off all the yeast, somewhere on the store shelf, somewhere along the way, fermentation can start again. You get a very interesting process. You end up with a kind of a crazy wine. So they do that as one technique that they do that, adding the sulfur to stop the fermentation. It doesn't hurt the wine, it doesn't hurt you. I know there's a lot of discussion about sulfites in wine and so forth, and how that affects the allergies. That's a whole different subject, but
Yeah, and there are people that really get
and
affected
there are,
by
there
that.
are.
But it's it's interesting that sometimes it's just on the red wines and not the whites, and I'm thinking sometimes that's more, maybe the tannins are screwing them up.
well, yeah, there's a variety of things that affect allergies, both in reds and whites. One of the processes too of cleaning the barrels is to use like a sulfur stick inside to make sure the barrels are not going to have any problems as well inside. So it's used a lot in the production of wine, as in a winery. It's also used in the vineyard sometimes too.
Oh yeah, right.
So
when you have some unexpected rain.
right, yeah. So and a lot of it goes away through the filtering and fining process. You're getting rid of all of that content that isn't part of what the wine should be. So it can be a problem for somebody who's allergic to that, though. It can be.
So great question. So when Karina gets back here, I'm gonna have her throw up the first video of Calistoga Ranch, so you guys understand just how cool this was. This was probably it was a shocker, man. It was so from the very beginning. Before you throw it up, from the very beginning, when you drive in, the whole show starts. I mean, it is first cabin, baby, and they are taking care of you, to greeting you with a glass of wine while you're checking in. And they have the Mercedes-Benz all lined out, like 9 of them. So if you needed a car, you could take. We didn't need one, but they got a car for you.
Nice.
They put you in a golf cart and take you along the property because it's 100 acres, 50 developed. The rest is beautiful, and when you see it, you'll understand how beautiful it is. So this is the walking into the front door, the deck, and the beautiful kitchen. Go ahead, roll that first tape.
So here we are at Calistoga Ranch. Check out this beautiful room that we have. Of course, we have this deck area here with our own fireplace and a nice little seating area, and then a place for us to have dinner or whatever. And we even have our own barbecue. How good is that? But check this out. This is the kitchen, where we have meetings, of course, and our own full-on kitchen, completely stocked, ready to go, no matter what we want to do. And if we stay long enough, we even have our own washer and dryer. Life could not be better. So here we are at Calistoga Ranch. Check out this beautiful.
Okay, so that's just a little. When I saw that kitchen, I almost fainted. Well, the patio was really the thing. When I saw the patio with the fireplace and the barbecue, in my head I was thinking, oh, that's kind of cool. We get to share that with the other people that live or staying around the thing. I thought, isn't that really cool? And then it dawned on me, that's for me.
Yeah.
That's for us, man.
Cool. Very cool.
That was way cool.
Yep.
Yeah. So that gives you a little.
I understand that each room is on wheels and they can move it.
Well, yeah, it could be. You know, they had to build it in little sections at a time, and it was all about getting the look and feel, so you're protected while you're in this open area.
Yeah.
you're completely protected, and you have a beautiful view. Everything has to have a nice view. It's really well done. And we'll show you the room and the living room, and but when you want to take a shower, it's an outdoor shower. It's so cool. That's like it's first cabin, baby. Now, one of the things that we did a couple of weeks ago is I showed you guys how to make sangria. Karina, give them a little shot on the sangria. So we've been brewing up sangria, and I keep coming up with all these different things that I want to do with the sangria because it lasts a long time. I mean, weeks and weeks.
It just gets better and better. doesn't
Oh,
it?
it does. And you got to play with it a little bit. In that you got to squeeze out some of the pineapples and squeeze them out to get the juice, to get the sweetness, and then remove some of the rinds, because they make it a little tart. But if it is a little tart, all you have to do is squeeze some of those pineapple, and that'll add the sweetness, and you're back in the game again.
Right.
Okay. So now we're getting to a point where can we do something cool with it? All right. So today I was attempting. The Hell's Angels just went by, sorry. I was attempting to make sangria jello shots. So,
Hey, why not?
but we were doing a little project at home. I had countertops put in. And I went to look in the cabinet where I would get some ice cube trays, and I was going to put these paper things in there and make the formula and do all that and then have them for things. When I opened up the cabinet, I realized I hadn't been in that cabinet for quite a while. And as I started rummaging through there, I ended up with a pile of lids and Tupperware bowls, none of which are connected together.
Each other, right,
It's like
yeah.
a sock drawer. I was like freaking out. I'm filling the freaking counter and I'm going, oh my God. I've only got X amount of time before I need to come down and do the show. I really do want to do the Jello thing. And I'm going, if I leave this and my wife comes home, I'm dead. It's like, you might as well shoot me in the
What's he
head.
doing?
What the hell was he thinking? So then I was kind of in a pickle, and I thought, okay, I've got to fix this. And I literally today made all of those lids go together, and I have a bag at home this big with odd tops and things that don't go anymore I'm giving them to I'm donating them to charity because let them play with it.
Yep.
But I have lids on every stinking one of those suckers in there. that is lined. It's just amazing. So I went to the feminine side today and did my thing. Did you have a question?
Brad wants to know if you're going to be serving sangria at the lobster lunch.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why we can't. It's killer though, man. It knocks you. You gotta be really careful. It's just fermenting. It's getting goofy. It gets a little more powerful as you go.
Yeah.
So I was trying to do the Jello shots. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna have that as a little experiment. And then the other thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna put them in ice cube trays, so that when you have the sangria, you just use those as your ice cubes, and then top it off with this, and you're good to go.
Nice.
And that melts, and you're good. Out by the pool, that's got to be like the coolest thing on the. So we're gonna see. I have no idea. I don't even know if it'll freeze. I have no idea. I just But I do know that if I needed Tupperware and a lid and a
You've got
bowl,
that.
oh, do I have? Yeah, leftovers are not a problem anymore. So, all right. So this has been brewing for a couple of weeks, and. So I'm gonna pour myself a little bit and some for Dave, and then you guys that want to try this experiment, it's not an experiment anymore because we've been making it. You guys come on over here and I'll pour for you. Come on over here, I'll pour for you. Are you wanted by the law? You're here illegally? Oh, you're on a train. Okay, all right. They don't want to be on camera. So what is this? Okay, this is it's a bunch of red wine, and it doesn't really matter. But the secret to sangria, just like when you're cooking, do not use junky wine. Junky wine tastes crappy. I don't care what you do to it. Just forget about it. Use your good stuff and stop screwing around. So,
But the good stuff can be the stuff you had and didn't finish 2
Yeah.
days ago.
Yeah, so if you got a
So-
wine that you really love and you just couldn't, and now it's a little, you can tell it's a little oxidized.
Yeah.
That's a sangria wine. Put the cork down on it and collect a few of those. It doesn't matter. Time is not going to hurt it at all. This is a blend of Syrah, Sangiovese, Pinot Noir, everything. Everything we have in the tasting room. We got a little bit in there, and then you put in a little bit of lime and lemon and orange and pineapple, a splash of lemonade. Oh no, yeah, a splash of lemonade, and then you put that in the fridge overnight. The next day you add ginger ale, and then you keep tweaking it, and booyah.
You got it down to a science now.
Yeah, yummy. Yeah. I mean, you garnish it at home. You're going to garnish it, and then my next experiment is going to be with the ice cubes,
Yes.
because I would fill that with ice.
It stays cold. It's the
It
same
stays
stuff.
cold. It's the same stuff. So they have a little bit of water, but not very much. But yeah, if you're out by the
Yeah.
pool, a hot day like today, right? Is it okay? Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Be careful, it will kick your boot. This will knock you out, man, because it's been fermenting, and it's getting up there. So, and you can really pound it down, and you got a straw normally too. So that's really dangerous. So watch for that. That's super dangerous.
That's nice. That's nice. And one thing you have in this area is a lot of viable yeast in the air. So not only are you using fine wine, but you're also using fine wine yeast in order to make that thing ferment.
Oh, I didn't even think of it that way.
It's true.
I love that. I love that. Now, one of the events that's coming up, and you need to get your tickets for the one for July 12th, which is at Bonneau Winery. You don't want to miss that one out, and we'll cap that around 40, so be careful. We're getting up there, so get your tickets right away. And so Karina's going to run a little video to show you what the lobster lunch is all about. This is why you want to make sure you get your tickets right away.
Be quiet.
Okay, so do you get the message? Okay, I mean, come on, really? Good grief, that's the best wine country event ever. I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, you got to say that's
Yeah.
lobster in the vineyard. Really? Have you guys ever done that? It's they cook in big pots. You couldn't see the video, but they cook in big pots: lobster, shrimp, artichokes, potatoes, onion, corn on the cob, and they dump it on the table. And then before that, though, you had a vineyard tour with the owners of the vineyard. Then before that, you had oysters on the half shell and artisan cheeses, amazing wines. Really? Wine club? Gotta love it.
Tough day.
Tough day, man. We're doing 2. The other one's in August at James Family on the 9th. So get your tickets. They will sell out. You have a question, go right ahead.
Is it handicap accessible?
Yes, it is. You betcha. Yeah, easy money. Both locations are easy on the handicap side. Yeah, no problem at all. James will probably push you through the grass a little bit, but the patio area is pretty accessible all the way around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Yeah, no problem at all. We're ADA compliant. Yeah, you'll have the best time ever. Anybody that's ever gone has never missed another one. I'm just telling you, that's what happens. You just go, there's no way I'm going to miss this.
Nice.
Yeah. So, okay, so sangria. Yeah, so again, this has its own life. We're going to go along. This has been This has been 2 weeks in the
It's unreal.
in the tank, and it's still
And you
doing.
would imagine it would be really, really sweet. It
Right.
isn't.
No, it's not.
It's has some sweetness to it, but it's really it finishes well.
And for
I know
those
it's just sangria and I'm
that
talking
don't-
like the wine,
But for those that don't, they want to move away from the sweetness, you can always top it off a little bit. You could top it off with a little brandy. That's one way to possibly do it. Or just a big red and just kind of drop a little bit in there if you wanted to, neutralize it a little bit. That's nothing wrong with that. You can keep playing with this thing over and over and just keep, modifying it. But I want to get down to a science on the other usage, and we can get the ice cubes, and if I can do the Jello shots, you guys would pay 50 cents for that, wouldn't you? Heck yeah, in a minute. I love it. My wife hates it. She hates the idea totally.
Don't you need Jello to make Jello shots?
I bought gelatin. Yes. Yeah. But here's my dilemma, and I'll throw this out to the people that are watching. I'm concerned about using the sangria in the boiling part of the gelatin making because I don't want to boil out the alcohol. So I don't know what really will happen. So I don't know. It's kind of an experiment thing, But it's gonna be a fun experiment. And then when I need to store it, I have storage.
Nice.
That was so weird today. Anyway, sangria is $8 by the glass. You can't go wrong with that. It's
great.
summertime, dude. What else can I say? So come down if you want some sangria, and we'll have a good time. And if you see cool-looking ice cubes, I perfected the
science.
the science. Okay, where are we? I just want to make sure I'm on track. Okay, I am. All right. So this weekend, and those of you that were in the area and came down and saw Falcon Christopher on Saturday, you got treated. Let me just tell you, you guys are missing. If you don't come down and see the live music, I have some of the best musicians in town, without a doubt. Would you disagree with that? In town.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's going, what did he just say? I have no idea.
No, it was looping for some reason.
Looping?
Audio.
Okay. Is it not looping anymore? Okay. We had Falcon playing with his son, who's 11, plays bass, and then another guitarist, and then we had Paul from our church, from New Vintage. He's one of the best musicians in the area at all. He really can play drums. He was playing the drums, and then my buddy Charles Bell came, who used to play in the loudest rock and roll band in the 70s, and it was the MC5, Motor City 5. Just look that up, and he plays bass, but he also plays drums. So he sat in on one of the drum kits, like the little box thing, and then room before, and Gary wandered in here one time 4.5 years ago when John Peter was playing, and he went over to John and he goes, "Hey man, like $10 if you let me play along with you, man. It's all right, And that's Gary's, because Gary's he's old school 70s dude.
Got it.
So Gary pulls out a electric fiddle and plugs this in, and I have it on video. You look it up on YouTube, it's there. You hit Gary Violin, you'll find it. And he rocked the house. But he used to play for Yanni, and he did that for years. This guy is like the real deal. I mean, if you look and you go, he has a fishing hat on and his pajama bottoms, and it's like, what in the heck?
Right.
But he's the real stuff. So he played with Falcon, and it just, so you don't want to miss those moments. Those are epic, because we have some great musicians. So anyway, yeah. So yeah, you can go that way.
Yeah, I don't want to trip over anything.
That's no, that's okay.
I would do that.
Is that right? Where are you from?
North Carolina.
Oh, I forgive you. Yeah, we like it.
Just from being from North Carolina, you forgive me? Or?
Yeah, because we like North Carolina.
But actually, I was born in Sacramento. I was raised in the Bay Area, so
and then you're on the run, so now you went that way.
Exactly. I had to get away from the law.
The law.
No,
Okay, well, you're safe
actually,
here.
Actually, I went there to get a job.
Oh, did you get a job?
I did. In Baltimore, actually.
Oh, I love that.
The golf part is really nice.
So say hi to America. They're all looking here.
Hello,
We're live.
America.
We're live broadcasting all over the world.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're glad that you're here, though. And we have some great wines. So we should have a great time.
Sonoma is one of our favorite places to visit.
Well, you've come to the right place. We have more wine than anybody in the whole valley.
Fantastic.
Very
Thanks.
good.
Appreciate it. Enjoy your evening. Thanks.
You never know what you're gonna meet somebody from North Carolina,
There you
which
go.
is a great part of the world. That's a great part of the world.
It is.
Yeah. It's been many years since I've been there. So live music this weekend. Show them what you're gonna see this weekend with. You've got John Pita and Greg Youter. If you have not seen Greg is a great show, very entertaining. We have a lot of fun, and yes, we will broadcast all of the Giants games. Go Giants! We're in a little slump, kind of weird right now, but we'll get out of it. And then the World Cup, we have all the games, and USA is playing on Thursday against Germany in the morning. So if you want to have a private party, just give me a call and I'll open the tasting room. You guys can sit there and watch my new 50-inch TV, and we'll crank it up and have some wine. And,
Sounds like fun.
yeah, but it's 9 o'clock in the morning, or
okay.
9:30 or something. Yeah, that's.
Never too early for wine.
Did anybody that's watching see that American game? Did you see that? You didn't. Oh, I'm not saying I'm a big soccer fan, but that was exciting. That was super exciting. But what a bummer to get that goal at the end.
Yeah.
30 seconds left. Like 30 seconds, you couldn't hit the guy in the head. Get a foul. Who cares? That was crazy.
Doesn't
All right.
work that way.
Yeah. So, fun time, fun weekend. Lots of wine country stuff. The weather's perfect. This is where you want to be. Let's see. We're good. All right. Here's what we need to do. We need to have different glasses because the sangria is really
May I
potent.
go and find them?
And would you?
I'd be happy to.
The sangria is
Thank
really
you. Unless you're gonna
potent.
continue
Yeah.
to do it.
And normally I would pour over the top of one wine to the other. I do that all the time. But sangria is a little bit on the sweet side, and it'll destroy this next wine that we're going to have, which is really a special wine that none of you, if you've never been here before, have never had in your life. You'll never have it when you go home because you can only get it here in very few places in the world. It's produced by a world-renowned winemaker, and I can attest to that. I did have her Paradigm wines, and they were absolutely superb, off the Richter scale. Wow, fantastic. I mean, winemaker for La Serena is Heidi Barrett. If you Google the name and say Heidi Barrett TV Tuesday Live, you'll get a bunch of videos of her with me. But it's really cool because she's the real deal. And I don't say that lightly. I mean, she really is. Not only is she a great winemaker, making wine for probably 5 or 6 wineries, but she's nice.
I was gonna say she's a nice person.
Right?
The ego thing isn't there.
No, it's
there
not.
at all.
Right?
Not there at all. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna close the show out a little bit later. We're gonna close it out with this wine. It's called the Pirate, and it has a great story. But before we do that, I want you to play the second video, which will give you another look at Calistoga Ranch, because you got to see there was a lot more to that place than what you just saw. So fire away.
But no place would be complete without having your own living room. With a complete Bose surround sound, their own TV, our own fireplace, ready for us to just hang out, lounge, and of course another bathroom. It couldn't get much better than that. So a living room that looks out over your beautiful patio, and a guest room. But no place would be complete without having, you want to take a shower, you gotta go outside. That's right. It's an outdoor shower. Gotta love it. Only in California. In a beautiful, another beautiful bathroom, and of course a tub. But nothing could be better than looking out to your hot tub. Beautiful life. And when you want to take a shower,
I bet you that was.
Okay, you're back on.
Am I on now? How was that? Was that cool? The outdoor shower is the gig, man. Now, what you have to, what I didn't show you in the outdoor shower thing, is there's a heater up above. So if it's cold out, you just kick the heater on. Big deal. I mean, who wouldn't want? And if it was raining, you're like, really? How cool is that?
Save water.
I mean, it was hip, man. It was hip. It was all the way. I didn't even show you the pool, the workout center, their what do they call it? Oh, it's another spot way up on the hill and stuff where you can have dinner. We had dinner brought in right there on the patio, and it was just like, thank you, yes, that's very nice. Here's another tip. it was, you know, in life, at one time. Now here, let me just preface this. Now, that was one of the premier rooms that they have. They have some normal stuff that looks like just the room I showed you, which were pretty nice rooms. So they have that in a reasonable, you don't have to go crazy and sell your house to go there. But it's pretty hip. If you want to go to like a really cool, relaxing, let it all hang out, you don't have to worry about anything. They'll take care of every single detail, and you're all out in a beautiful country. That's a pretty good one. Yeah, I'd do that again. All right, we wanted to finish big. We had all these, dry, some fruity wines. We had some rosés and so on. And I know my real big red wine drinkers are going, okay, but enough with this crap. Let's get to the stuff. We're gonna get to the stuff. This is the stuff. Karina, if you'll zoom down on this bottle label. First of all, this is in a, you could call it a rum bottle. It's probably a fourth bottle, but it looks like a rum bottle, which is part of the cute part of it. It's called Pirate. It is a blend of Cab, Merlot, Petit Verdot, Cabernet Franc. It has a little Grenache, but I'll do it according to the way it's written. The ingredients are written here, and it's Grenache and other wonders, and a little Petit Verdot and Syrah. So that's what's in the Pirate. And it's done in pirate speak. It's really cute. But let me just tell you something. There is nothing cute about this one. There is nothing cutesy about this. This is not a cutesy wine. 18 months in French oak, about a third of it brand new.
Nice.
It's Heidi Barrett at her best. She is a blending machine. We've had every vintage from 07 to 2011. Never had anyone tell me that, oh, take that away. We just can't. It is a beautiful bottle of wine. I do have magnums of the 2010. I'm the only one on the planet that still has them. So if you want a super cool bottle, the magnum's like hipper than hip.
Right.
Retail on this is 70. If you buy 6 or more, you can have them at 65. And this is the real juice. 2011. Tell what's your take on 11? What you've seen out in the marketplace. I'm going to pour a little extra here.
11's drinking really well right now in the red wines from the regions around here.
What about the challenging? Was it it was a interesting vintage?
Yeah, in the world of growing grapes and gathering them, harvesting them, sometimes things happen in the wrong order. You get rain too late. You get dry spells at the wrong time. So the challenges of 2011 were very much about having the wrong things happen at the wrong time. And there were many wineries that could adapt to the changes, the great changes, by how they managed the canopy, the protection around the vineyard. And if you did take enough leaves away, and then you suddenly get hit with the sun, it burns the grapes. If you take too much away, it's wet, but you take enough away, it keeps the leaves dry, so you don't get the mold. So you got to kind of guess what you think is going to happen, and you hope you got it right.
And they guessed.
And these people guessed really well.
Yeah, they sure did.
And quite a few of the wines right now are drinking really well. Those that are out there and proud of what they accomplished.
When this is pouring, as big of a wine as it is, right out of the gate, because I just opened that, right out of the gate, it's rocking and rolling and making you feel real happy. That's some pretty darn nice juice right there, and you can't deny that. And I could put that up against a whole bunch of wines and freak you right out. Ooh, yummy. You got to come here to get it, though. Too bad. No, we can ship it to you. That's not a problem, but you have a lot more fun if you come here. And we'll get you hooked up, too. You know, don't make reservations until you talk to me. Well, we've got great connections with great hotels right here in Railroad Square. You know, Marriott's right over here. Killer place, great service. You'll love it. We can get you hooked up and get you plugged in. Wineries galore, no problem at all. We've got them all wired. We know where to go. We'll get you to the right
A lot
place.
of great restaurants around here too. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're pretty lucky. We've got a pretty good.
You know, around the world, people talk about farm to table, but the farms are just down the street.
Yeah,
and
they are.
so the farm to table here is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
I was thinking about that today. You know, I didn't do my farm. Normally, I farm at my house. I farm. I grow tomatoes.
You did Tupperware.
Well, I did Tupperware. Yeah, I could put them in the Tupperware. I didn't put
Tupperware
my farm in. This is for Dan, because Dan lives in Iowa, and that's real farming. But I had just have a little raised bed and 3 tomato plants. But you know what I did? I waited too long, and then I got lazy, and then I just didn't do it. And I don't know if it's too late. I don't know if it's over, but I think I missed it.
Pumpkins.
I could do pumpkins. That could be interesting. What can we make with pumpkin? I don't know. I could put pumpkin in there. Pumpkin sangria. Ooh, we're gonna be playing with this stuff. New sangria for Scott. Gotta love it. Well, this is yeah, $70 retail, $65 if you buy 6 or more. That's hard to beat, man.
No, it's really nice.
It's
got some of that darker fruit going on, so
Right.
it's really pleasurable. It's really
Wow.
nice. Very nice.
Yeah, that's really cool. And if you're looking for a gift to give to somebody, if you're, you know, like me, when I give a really nice bottle of wine, I only do that in a scenario where I'm likely to drink it along with it. So I, you know,
That's what I did there.
yeah. I mean,
So if I come in on my birthday and you give
Yeah.
me a bottle of wine, we can share.
yeah, we can share it. Oh, you did good. Very
Enjoy.
nice. Good job. Good job.
We may see you back here this week again. You never know.
Yeah, we have live music on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
We're here Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. What do we do?
It's the only place in town.
We do that.
We got the hot place.
All the folks
We're
back
glad
home.
you're here. Good
all the
job.
folks back home in North Carolina.
Yeah, North Carolina.
All of us.
Yeah.
Both of us.
Well,
3 others.
tonight, well, tell them to go to our website tonight, and they can watch you on the show.
Is that right?
Yep.
So you-
SellersOfSonoma.com.
Sellersofsonoma.com, North Carolina. Visit us tonight.
Yeah. Thanks, man. All right, take care, guys. Bye. Another happy customer. We just paid him $100 to do that. That was Give me that wine back. Wait, it's not part of the deal. Gotta love it. So La Serena, what can I say? Heidi Barrett makes a heck of a wine. But that's one of 9, and we have 9 great producers. Just gonna throw something out there. We've got a new winery. We've posted. The date is July 10th. Oh, 9, because that'd be 30. What do I have to post? 30 days?
30 days.
So the 9th would be 30 days, right? Is that how that works? I think I did that. 31 days in June. So on everything goes great. July 9th, we will have Super Sonoma here in the room. And this is a wine that we looked at 5 years ago. We had one cab. And I loved it. And I said, dude, you're going to die in here. You're not going to make it with one wine. You got to have more SKUs. It's not going to work. I'd love to bring you in, and it would be great for me, but it's not going to be great for you. Really, you need to have multiple. And last year, I went to barrel tasting, and we went over to a little collective, and there was Super Sonoma. And all of a sudden, he had 4 or 5 SKUs, and I went,
It's
uh-oh.
time.
And I tasted the wine, and I went, wow, man,
Nice.
it was everything I thought he could make, and it was really nice. And but he's in his own tasting room, so he doesn't need me. And then I got an email that they were disbanding that, and so we pursued that and talked. I tasted through his portfolio, and just so that you guys know, when we pick a winery to come in here, we don't just willy-nilly just pick them. We do a serious tasting without the owners, without the winemaker. They never taste with us. We don't necessarily look at price point. We look at quality, and we have to like everything that they offer. If they've got 2 or 3 duds in there, not taking it. Because the wine club's relying on me to get it right and deliver the right wine. So that when they get a shipment, it is a beautiful wine and represents what that winery has to offer. And so we did our due diligence and tasted through the wines, and we were blown away. It was absolutely incredible. And I expanded the group out that we tasted with, and brought some novice, not knowing, I really wasn't telling them what we were doing it for. I just was trying to experiment, and they were freaking out too.
Nice.
So, yeah, you guys are gonna love it. It's a great addition to what we have. They've got some Bordeaux wines, Cabernet Franc. We've got some stuff that we just don't have here that we really, really needed, and they got it. So we got to go through the license. We're not gonna spend a whole show on telling you how dumb that is, but anyway, the license thing has to happen, and once we do that on the 9th or 10th, somewhere around there, we will bring them on TV Tuesday Live right after that and go through the wines. You'll dig them. They're cool. They're rocking and rolling. So
So number 10 is arriving.
no, it's 9. We had
Number
a
9.
shift. It'll actually be number 9. So recap, you've got great entertainment coming up. You've got the lobster lunch. Do not miss that. That is the coolest event on the planet, right, Karina?
Oh yeah.
Right?
I'll be there.
Yeah. And then we're gonna have a release party. We're gonna have a. I'm missing another event. I gotta write them all down. They're in the last email. And then we're gonna have the classical afternoon on Sunday, July 13th. Check it out, man. A baby grand piano. How crazy is
First
that?
time on Sports Day,
I've
I'm
never,
sure.
no one's ever brought, no one does that. That's
No.
really weird. But hey,
Pretty
cool,
classy.
man. We're going to have food. It's going to be fantastic. It'll be a beautiful day. July is a great time. You got a question there, Doc?
The hospitality party.
Oh, that's what it is, a hospitality party. That's right. Well, none of you guys qualify. Sorry, go work for a winery or a hotel. You work for a winery? Oh, perfect. So that is July July 31st. July 31st. It's a Thursday. It's a Thursday with live music, and it's here. It's a Thursday, July 31st, right?
Is it after?
Yeah, it's from 6
6:30 to 8:30.
till 8:30.
Come.
You can come? All right. What winery do you work for?
The Donham Estate.
The who?
Donna.
Donham?
Donham Estate. I gave you my
Okay. But I've never been there.
I know.
How come?
Because I do the tasting.
Oh, I have to talk to you. Okay, we'll talk. All right. I'm in trouble. Sorry. So lots going on. Plug it in. Get into wine country. We've got a lot to do, a lot of fun, a lot of great guests and people hanging out. That's what we want to have. And yeah. And tell me the name again.
The Donham Estate.
The Donham
Estate.
Estate. And in where is it?
Carneros.
Oh, in Carneros.
Sonoma Carneros.
Sonoma Carneros. Is there a difference between?
Pinot Noir.
Okay. Okay. Pinot Noir? Great Pinot Noir.
Fantastic.
Fantastic Pinot Noir. Oh, see, I didn't know that. See, if I only knew. See, if we left out the fantastic part. But I will come and visit. I will. So, Dave, thank you very much for hanging out. Thank you for the bloggers and Dan and Dazelle. You guys were kind of quiet. What are you doing? And was Brad watching? I got some. Looks like you're coming to visit. I love that. And so next week we will taste some more wine, have some more fun. And this is where you discover wine one sip at a time here at Cellars of Sonoma. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll
Thank
see
you.
you next
Bye.
week.
See you
Bye
next
for
time.
now.